For most of my life, I thought I already knew who Jesus was. I grew up a Muslim, so I knew the name. Jesus was a prophet, right? So because of this assumption, I thought it's already enough. Like, I already know who he was. And I've never found the need to look any closer. So what I didn't realize at the time is how powerful assumption can be. They quietly decide what we should dismiss, what we should avoid, what we do not believe, and what we do not question. So in my case, I wasn't really rejecting Jesus, but I was actually rejecting this version of him that I believe he was growing up, coming from the perception of a lot of other people around me. So many years later, my life started unraveling in many different ways. And that's when I started to question back into existence, like, is God even real? If God is real, is he actually a kind God or more like a mysterious, distant God? Or who is he really? And that's when I started to realize every single thing that I believed growing up is actually coming from what my parents taught me, what the school taught me, what the society told me. It was never actually coming from a place where I sit down and study everything and having a look at the options and decide from there. So that's when I decided, you know what, I want to know the truth. I want to know what is actually out there, and I really want to study it, even though deep down it felt very uncomfortable. So at that time, I tried to approach Jesus and Christianity as a whole as this file of data that I need to analyze and examine clearly. And like everything I'm trying to do before making an important decision in my life, I started to ask questions like, did he even exist? Was he some kind of like a moral story, but it's not actually existed? And what were the evidence that he actually also existed and died and resurrected? Did he actually claim anywhere that he actually was God? Why would people believe and praise him and really willing to die for this man? And why was this story from 2,000 years ago refused to disappear and even getting stronger by day? And I'm probably gonna offend some people when I say this, but growing up a Muslim, I felt quite heavy, and I didn't really actually want to believe in anything else anytime soon, because I grew up believing in a man-made religion that, as the more I studied, the more contradictions and violence that I found. So I didn't actually want to believe in it, but I was studying it because of curiosity to start with, and it just got deeper and deeper from there. And instead of finding contradictions, it's actually getting stronger, and my questions got deeper and deeper. So I really want to study the evidence and the data behind it, and I do not want to rely on my feelings, because I really want to make sure if I even believe in anything, it has to come from a solid ground. So I studied manuscript, I had a look at scholars' evidences, all the eyewitness account, debates from different type of religion, scholars, Christian and non-Christian. I really want to see what is it out there, and I want to put like this objective view into all the things and treat it just like a data that I need to analyze. And suddenly, a lot of the things become clear. This Jesus that I thought I knew didn't exist. It's actually not the Jesus that I thought I knew. So the evidence doesn't really collapse the entire story. It's actually strengthen it. So what shifted for me wasn't really my personality. It wasn't really my preference or what I want to happen, but it was so much deeper than that. It was conviction. After studying all the evidence, after reading the Bible and the Quran combined, it made me realize that Jesus wasn't just a moral teacher or just any kind of religious being or figure. He was far more confronting and more personal and more loving than I thought. And guess what? He's very involved in our day-to-day life, every single second at every time. So I'll leave you with this question. Have you actually examined who Jesus really was? Or have you actually rejected this version of him that others told you about?